They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Cowboy in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Thunder trailing by 10. Roberson the pass to Cowboy. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Cowboys got 4 points this quarter.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Yeah, they've got a little bit more pep in their step as they start to put together some rhythm.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. They double him with George. 5 to shoot. Here's Seymour. That's short off the rim.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. You're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Here's Clutch, defended by Durant. And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's 10 points for Clutch.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Mahinmi's checked in for Indiana.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter. Well, a good one here for Clutch. 10 points and 1 steal.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity, too, that he brings to the court.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Cowboy. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Waiters, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Payne.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Some changes for Indiana. Hill, he's checked in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Young is subbed in for Ellis.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
And watching Nick Collison, he makes all the hustle plays, all the little plays, the things that really will not show up in a score sheet, stat sheet. For over a decade, he's had that role and embraced it.
And Kevin, the other thing he does as a veteran is a coach knows what he's going to get. He doesn't make the mistakes that some players make. And while he's not going to be a great scorer in the post or a high-flying rim protector, his game really is built on intelligence and toughness. And so positioning for charges, making open mid-range jump shots, all the unsung things that help a team win games.
You know, on the topic of Nick Collison's shooting, last season was his only real setback.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate
shooting percentage. But he's up slightly in most other categories, especially the ones based on hustle and effort.
The Pacers making a change here. Stuckey's checked in.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Thunder trailing by 6. Payne kicks to Adams. Here's Payne. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And when you talk about Nick Collison, every team needs someone like him. He's focused, unselfish. He's that hard-nosed big with just enough skill to bite you when you forget about it.
Stolen by Waiters. And there's Payne. That's good on the assist by Waiters. Now just a 2-point Pacer lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And it's Miles missing. Oklahoma City shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. The shot's good from Westbrook.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Stuckey for 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. It's taken away by Stuckey. All alone. And Hill throws it down.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Indiana out in front. They lead by a bucket. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Kevin, obviously a very close game. What has been your approach to...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Our game tonight at Chesapeake Energy Arena has been a close one. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
It will really help their cause to get to the line more. It's a close game.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What can you say? Clutch and impressive effort here today.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Now, come on, Greg. That's much easier said than done when he's the penetrator. I mean, his speed and agility make him extremely tough to cover.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. Lavoy Allen out there with Mahinmi. Then it's Paul George, and it's Clutch, and it's Lawson in at the 1. Here's Clutch. 19 points in the game. Made that one as his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Ibaka outside. They need this. And the Pacer lead has been cut back down to a 7-point margin, getting the points there from Cowboy.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Clutch the pass to Lawson. Here's Ali. The offensive rebound. They shoot again. And he lays it up and in. Clutch has got 9 points here in the second half.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation. You know, he's not your... Typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability. Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
6 to shoot. Here's Ali. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
The kick out to Westbrook. 3-pointer. Rebound by Mahimi. And for Lawson, he is great when he attacks. He does obviously create well for his team on drives. Interesting player, certainly, but playing with a team that's growing and pretty young around him.
A good point. And, you know, last season, Lawson averaged about 13 points for his team off of his own drives. I mean, that means 13 points a night would be a direct result of him attacking the rim. That's second in the league and a stat that only trailed James Harden.
I think that would surprise some people.
Yes.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here. He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Pacers leading by 7. Here's Ali, all going up court. Stolen. And now it's Westbrook running. He can go all the way.
And just no fear, guys. I mean, he is willing to mix it up in the paint with the big boys.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Cowboy. Lawson defending. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Take a look at what Cowboy's done. 16 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Pacers leading by 6. Ellis goes in, and Cowboys going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Mitch McGary's checked in for Cowboys. Allison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Waiters in for Roberson. Thunder have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Miles dishes to Hill. Ellis outside. Shot clock at 6. And Lawson, here we go. It's back to Hill and stolen by Payne.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in